if the Israelis had raped as many women as Hamas did, but the exact same number, would they say, "Oh, that was proportional"? Just, just what is it? What does it mean exactly? And did anybody say this during World War II? Oh, the British and American bombing of Germany, it's not proportional. And it's true. Far more German civilians were killed by the Allies than American or Brit civilians by the Germans or the Japanese. But people didn't think that way. The day Hitler and the Nazis would surrender, it ended the war. If Hamas surrendered, it would end the war. But you never hear that. There's no call for Hamas to surrender. We are way, way morally inferior to what the West was in World War II. There's no comparison. It's particularly sad because when you think of the many Aussies who died in World War II fighting for freedom and for the West, and Americans, of course, and others, I never thought I would ever say this. Maybe they died in vain, because whatever they died for is no longer revered by the elites of the countries they fought for.
We recently had our annual Anzac Day when we celebrate Australia's coming of age in a World War I battle. And I asked the question, are we worthy successors as we celebrate what they did? Do we really stand on their shoulders? Do we deserve to? And I think I have to say to you, sadly, I think the question is a real one. Although, as I understand it, a majority of the American people still support Israel. They see through the dishonesty. They see through the hypocrisy and the immorality of the new morality that somehow or other says that a force intent on genocide can then be described as a victim.
I'm just curious. I don't know the answer. And I don't know if a poll has been taken. What is the Australian public's view?
I'm just referring, I gather from Victor Davis Hanson, that recent polling in America shows that overwhelmingly Republican voters still support Israel. It's 50% or below now amongst Democrat supporters, but a clear majority.
Yeah, no, that's in America. I'm asking you if there is such a poll of Australians.
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen it. It may very well be that I've simply missed it. I sometimes do.
Well, what's your sense?
But we are having all the same. One of the ironies is that the left in this country has spent decades demonizing the Americans, but now our campuses are loaded up with young activist students, mostly from very comfortable welfare, middle-class families, or, dare I say it, students from abroad bringing ancient hatred to our shores. Far too many of them anyway, but they're now praising the actions on American universities and emulating what's happening in America and saying this is a good thing. So it's the opportunism of the West again, isn't it? One moment America is the great Satan, the next we must do as they're doing because they're after the little Satan.